Hello, everyone. In a world where villains look like what they intend to actually do, you need someone with a mullet to clean their act up. And of course, we're talking about Captain Planet. Now, this male humanoid is created by the five elements of the magic rings Gaia, which is the mother of the earth, had invented for humans to wear. The elements that are used to create him are earth, fire, wind, water, and, you guessed it, heart. Now, Captain Planet has a very noticeable appearance. He has long grass, green mullet hair, and earthly brown eyes. His skin is crystal blue, and he wears a wide red collar that covers most of his chest and has a yellow globe sign on it. Red gloves, red trunks that have a black belt with a gold buckle on the front, and red boots. And at one point, a futuristic version of Captain Planet appears, sporting the same color of skin and hair. However, his uniform is blue and also has red accents, and he somewhat speaks in a semi-deeper voice. Now, Captain Planet normally has a strong sense of humor and frequently makes puns while taunting the villains. He only really refrains from joking if he's dealing with a serious situation that requires somewhat an equally serious demeanor. He is also highly altruistic and is quick to rescue anyone that happens to be in any kind of trouble, including his eco-villain enemies, and he almost never harms them even when he's provoked. The major exception was Captain Pollution, who happened to leave Captain Planet with very little choice but to fight him to the death on both occasions that they had met. Much like Mother Earth / Gaia, Captain Planet serves as a mentor to the team. Despite his own enormous power, he repeatedly reminds the Planeteers that their true power comes from inside, and they have the potential to succeed even without any use of their rings. In addition, he stresses that the ultimate responsibility of saving the planet rests with the people of Earth, rather than just with him. Now, Captain Planet's abilities are never really clearly defined within the framework of the show, and this always allows for a way for him to defeat his enemies and solving the problem that is lying before him. Now, his powers that are visible that we know of are very obvious, and we'll give you a listing. Transmutation, elemental manipulation, earth, fire, ice, water, and air manipulation. He has the power of flight. He can manipulate plants, energy blast, super strength, super breath, invulnerability, self-sustenance. He doesn't need to breathe and probably doesn't need food or water. Telepathy, empathy, ecology. He shows great knowledge of how human actions can impact its environment. Now, with those powers, all the powers that nature has at Earth's disposal, as mighty as they can be, he is vulnerable, particularly to pollution. Captain Planet is weakened when he is in contact with any sort of pollution, including but not only limited to toxic waste, radiation, or even smog. The eco-villains frequently take advantage of this in almost every episode and attempt to neutralize Captain Planet with various pollutants, and occasionally succeeding and forcing the Planeteers to try to rescue him. One of the villains, Duke Nukem, has the ability to absorb and emit radiation. Now, this villain is particularly dangerous to Captain Planet, who typically has to engage him with very much caution, wrapping him up in some type of object that he doesn't touch him. He also has a really weird vulnerability to extreme evil thoughts. It should be noted that Captain Planet's power of empathy, although a strength, can also be known as a weakness. In an episode where he time traveled to World War II, he got weakened just by looking at Adolf Hitler, as he felt his vast prejudice and hate, as they are, quote, as toxic as any other pollutant, since they poison the mind and heart and soul. He also has the ability to Earth Link. Now, like Gaia, he He's bound to the physical realm of Earth. Even though he's capable of flying around the orbit of the Earth, he really can't travel far away from the planet. Extreme physical force. Although Captain Planet's body is capable of withstanding staggering amounts of physical force, he is not in fact completely invulnerable. In the season 2 episode, The Great Tree Heist, he was sucked up into the blades of Hoggish Greedley's tree-grinding flying saucer and was so badly injured that he dematerialized. Even the Planeteers could not resummon him for a pretty significant amount of time after, and once they finally did, he was still severely weakened from his injury. Even alien technology can be a hindrance to him. In the episodes of The Conqueror and You Bet Your Planet, Captain Planet got forcefully summoned without the knowledge of the Planeteers and was held prisoner. One of his main handicaps is overconfidence. Captain Planet's cocky and smug attitude frequently lands him in situations where he can severely underestimate his opponent, and he sometimes gets overwhelmed. Now, Captain Planet's origin and history prior to the show are pretty much unknown. Now, we do know that he is clearly an ancient entity. Now, Zarm, one of the villains in the show, was aware of him in The Conqueror, and that was despite even having been exiled from Earth for eons. Now, Gaia hints in one episode that the Planeteer rings may have been used and Captain Planet summoned in a previous generation. However, what is known for sure is that at the beginning of the series, Gaia assembles a modern-day group of young people from several nations to serve as ring bearers of 5 magical rings. When the modern-day Planeteers combine their powers to summon the Elemental Warrior, this incarnation takes the appearance of a superhero named Captain Planet. Now, Captain Planet rarely has any time to interact with the team on a personal level. His main entire function of the show is to save the day and return to the rings. However, Captain Planet serves as a mentor to all the Planeteers. He has strong attachments to all the Planeteers and to Gaia, and has demonstrated unusual anger when they've been threatened and or harmed. Anyway, this is what we know of Captain Planet. We know that if there were more people out there with awesome green mullets, the world would in fact be a better place. You guys have a wonderful night, a good morning, a great evening, whichever. Please like, share, and subscribe. We really do appreciate that. Also, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of this video, as well as maybe give us an idea of another character in an upcoming video, and write that down below, and we'll see if we can't make it happen. As always, Excelsior.